Hi all, welcome to your first online lecture. Today we're going to be talking about the catch annotation protocol. So before we start talking about the protocol itself, I want to go ahead and explain to you all why it matters. So annotating the text indicates a deeper understanding beyond your ability to answer questions. So what we see is in math and science, you have ways of showing your work on the paper as you answer a question. But in English or history, we don't see what's happening behind the scenes as you formulate your response. So the idea here is that after you have a response, we can go back through and look at what you highlighted and why in order to figure out the processes that got you to the answer that you gave. So here we're able to better address anything that's going on that could lead you to the wrong answer or to reinforce those things that are going well. So the catch annotation protocol, as always, it's an acronym. So C stands for circle, and specifically talking about unknown words. A is acknowledge confusion and connection between text. T is talk to the text. C is capture the main idea, thought, or author's purpose. And H is highlight evidence. So we're going to go through one by one and explain what I mean by all of them. So C, circle and define unknown words. If a word seems unfamiliar, circle it. So the idea here is that you can have a visual representation of the words you don't know or don't necessarily understand the context with it. And so as you go through and you see these words that you don't know, you can try to use context clues to figure out what that word means. Or if you have access to one at the moment, use a dictionary, use online resources. A, acknowledge confusion and connections between text. So the idea here is that you will do a few things. One, you'll write questions that you have in the margins. So you're acknowledging what you don't know and what hopefully the text will answer later. You also write notes about other documents that agree or disagree with the current author. This is especially important as we get into DBQs that has more than one DBQ. So you could be looking at 4 different documents that all have different purposes. And it's important to acknowledge the relationship between them. And then you also can write notes about other events that connect with the text. That should say text and not test. T, talk to the text. So here you're talking to yourself in the text. You're writing out comments, predictions, observations, reactions in the margin. You're probably thinking, why would I spend my time doing this? So as you read, and the more you talk to the text, the easier it'll become to predict what happens next, and you'll have a deeper understanding of what's going on. Again, that same idea we talked about with the historical analysis thinking skills. You have to be able to analyze what you read. You can't just passively take in the information. And so as you read, you have to be critical and you have to think deeply about what you are reading and why. And so hopefully you'll gain a deeper understanding about what you're supposed to gain. C, capture the author's main idea, argument, or purpose. So here the idea is that you'll do 2 things. One, underline the author's main idea or argument. That's very important for analyzing text. And 2, trace the argument or idea through the text to identify evidence. So here you're reading to see exactly how an argument is structured and what that argument exactly is. H, highlight evidence. So here you're going to do one thing, it's pretty simple. Highlight or underline evidence relating to the author's argument. So not only are you looking at the main idea or argument and tracing it throughout the text, you're seeing exactly what they use to support their argument. And so there you can go ahead and start to analyze whether that evidence is valid or not, or whether there's bias there. That's it for the lecture. We kept it really short today, so please feel free to go back through and fill in any notes missed. Rewatch it if you need to pause. Ideally, this should take you only 10 minutes.